like me to set them around?
Yes, dear. Remove one plate.
Remove one plate? But, Madame, it's a certainty you wouldn't sit down with 13.
Oh, why, you're right, 13. We can never sit down to 13. It's all due to Mr. Harper's negligence. Now, look at the trouble he's put me to. 13. I wonder whom we should get to come at the very last minute. Oh, quick, Elaine, help me think.
Mr. Morgan, Madame.
Oh, why, yes, son, that's clever of you. Hello, Central. Lakeview 5971 at once, please. Oh, Elaine, your hair's much too tight. Come here. Oh, yes, this is Mrs. Pringle speaking, from across the street. Now, when Mr. Morgan comes in, would you tell him I'd like him to dine with us? In about 10 minutes. Yes, thank you.
Well, Mother, I wouldn't have to sit at the table. It's your party anyway, and everybody's married and older than I am.
Didn't I put you right next to Oliver Farnsworth? Millions! He's worth millions!
He won't be giving me any.
Can't he marry you? Aren't you going to try to make a good match for yourself? I fling every eligible man I can at your head, and you rest yourself.
Mother, it's no use her trying to marry me off to a man like Oliver Farnsworth. He terrifies me. I'm scared to death. I'm as afraid of him as I'd be afraid of the Prince of Wales.
What I wouldn't give to have the Prince of Wales in this house. New York has lost his heart to him. Oh, Jimmy! Hello? Oh, Mrs. Sedgwick. What? Caught in a snowdrift? Can't get another car? Oh, it's all right, dear. Good luck. Oh, there, that's wonderful. The widow dropped out. That leaves us 12. Move 2 tickets, Dunham. Oh. Hello, Central. Lakeview 5971 again, please. Has Mr. Morgan come in yet? Oh, well, don't give him the message I telephoned to him earlier about crossing the street to Mrs. Pringle's for dinner. It's too late, you understand?
Mother, if you do that, tell Robert can't sit at the head of the table.
Oh, of course. I always forget. 12's an impossible number. Oh, there's the phone, Dunham. Please go answer it.
Yes. Mrs. Pringle's residence. Yes, sir. What, sir? Oh, your baby has the chicken pox.
Chicken pox? Elaine!
Mother!
Oh!
Yes, sir. All you just asked me to do is see Mr. and Mrs. Darby won't be attending dinner this evening. Oh, or their house guest, Mr. and Mrs. Fleetwood.
Well, that's 4 out!
That's it's only 8. Quick, the plate's done.
Don't we know anyone to call at the last minute?
Oh, come
They don't serve drinks when they I can't afford them to drink mine.
Oh, Hester Longley.
Not at the same table as me and Oliver Farnsworth. She's far too pretty, too clever.
Where's our book? The Tuppers.
The Tuppers. Good heavens, Elaine. 6 from the family.
That would get you back to 14.
All right. Well, you try them. I'll go tell your father to hold up the drum.
Ridgeway 9325, please. Oh, hello. What Tupper am I speaking to? Oh, Ella, good evening. Well, Mother and I were throwing a little dinner party over here, and everybody's been dropping out at the last minute. The blizzard, yes. Well, can't you walk your family around the corner to dine with us? I mean, Mother and I thought that we knew you well enough to call you like this at the 7th out. You would? Wonderful. 6 more plates done. What? Oh. Don't get on the plate. Yes, of course. Why not? All right. See you soon. Goodbye. Oh, great Caesar, what have I done?
Elaine, what is the matter?
Elaine, I just wanted to thank you right there, and you know I always use the head and I forget things.
Don't keep me waiting like this. What is it?
I invited Ella and the family, and of course she accepted, and then she happened to mention that they had 2 extra house guests this evening, and would it be all right? And of course they said it would, and now we're at 16. 16! What's the down the table is not that long.
Oh, Elaine, that's just like you. No tact, no worldly wisdom. If I were at the phone, I would have politely said
but you weren't at the phone. You wanted to such messages yourself. You know I always want the dishes, Madame, and we only have 14 squaws.
Stop it. I won't eat any. But I must not be disgraced. We'll have to make the best of it.
But I really wouldn't have to sit at the table.
Oh, be still. You're going to sit right next to Oliver Farnsworth now. I don't wish to hear another word. Oh, the phone! Hello? Oh, what? You have a cold? Oh, it's all right, dear. I understand with the blizzard it would just be too dangerous to come over. Oh, there, that's wonderful. Now we are just 14.
But Mother, the place cards are all wrong. Only 6 people are coming here who invited originally.
Oh, what a mess. There's the front doorbell button. Go peek and tell me who it is. Oh, the phone. Hello? Oh, Mr. Oliver Farnsworth. No, you're his secretary? He's what? He has Go to bed. Get out of my sight.
It was Mr. Morgan, madame.
Oh, Mr. Morgan!
He
I
couldn't
telephoned his maid to tell him not to come.
He couldn't have received your second invitation. He was just telling Mr. Pringle how elated he was to receive your telephone invitation.
That still leaves you with 13. Unless you don't want me to go to bed. Oh, of course I don't want you to go back to bed. We're back where we started. 14 down.
Oh, get your cocktails ready.
I'm not going to answer it. I should say not. What is it? Oh, Mrs. Tupper. Oh, now you must come. Oh, but we're expecting you. Oh, yes, Averyl. But of course my daughter had the authority to invite the guests. Oh, but my dear, you are not imposing. Oh, but my dear. Oh, dear. What do you think of that? Mrs. Tupper is perfectly furious at Ella for telling you about the house guest. So she's leaving Ella and Henry at home. Only 6 are coming. Remove 2 plates, done, and we're 12 after all.
But if you leave that 12, Father can sit at the head of the table.
I shall go mad. I'll never entertain again. Never. You must know what they're coming at. It's a fiasco. I'm through. Through with society, through with parties, through with friends, through with men like Oliver Farnsworth. Business off on a train. Didn't want to come. Didn't want to meet a sweet pretty girl. Didn't want to marry her. Well, he's not good enough for you, do you hear? If you try to elope or anything like that, I'd break it off. Yes, Oliver Farnsworth will never get recognition from me. He's beneath my notice. I hate Oliver Farnsworth!
Enough from Mr. Farnsworth.
Enough from Mr. Farnsworth.
Yes, there are 2 gentlemen in the lower hall that presented this letter. All the other guests are upstairs in the drawing room. I counted 12 in all, including you, Miss Elaine, and Mr. Pringle. However, the 2 gentlemen downstairs are waiting for your reply to that letter. They seem very familiar, especially the one. I'm sure I've seen his face somewhere, but I just can't place it.
Seen his face somewhere. Elaine, it's the Prince of Wales.
Yes, he said the tempter must have disconnected you, for he was about to go to a previous engagement uptown, but the blizzard has prevented him, so he'll be joining you for dinner this evening.
Oh, the Prince of Wales, waiting in my lower hall for me to ask him to dinner.
Yes.
That still leaves you with 13.
Secretary, the white guard!
Secretary Elaine, we shall be 14 at dinner. Serve the cocktails, then. The guests may sit anywhere they choose. I shall invite the Prince in with me. But wasn't it nice of Oliver Farnsworth to send a prince in his place? Didn't I always say that Oliver Farnsworth was the most considerate of men? I think I shall like Mr. Farnsworth. It's too late to like Mr. Farnsworth. It's time to like the prince. Somehow I managed to be the most successful of hostesses. Thank goodness for the blizzard. Thank you.